off to the races.
Episode 98.
Oh my goodness.
We're trying to come up with something funny and good for 100. We've got some ideas.
We do.
So that's all. How are you, Amy?
I'm great, Whitney.
What are you reading, Amy?
We are
on the haunt. Sorry, I always forget. I'm so sorry. We're on the haunt. You clicked on that to listen to the episode.
So for sure you know.
Anyway, what you reading these days, Amy?
What am I reading? I'm in one of those weird stages where I've got like 3 books going at once. So I just started back to work this week after a break, and I teach a few English classes, and we're reading a bunch of I'm just like,
that's fun.
I've just got stuff all over.
Oh, I just smelled fire, but you just blew it out that candle.
I did.
Okay. I'm reading one of Chris's books. He recommended this series to me by Lincoln and Childs. It's the Pendergast series, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really interesting. They're really old. They're really old. They're written in the 90s.
You're so annoying. Whatever. I made a Smashing Pumpkins reference earlier, and she had no clue what I was talking about.
I didn't. Nope.
I just
I'm
felt the cobwebs just growing within my entire body.
I'm
so ancient.
Well, it's funny reading this book because it just, I don't read a lot of books set in any time other than right now.
Yeah.
Or what feels like right now. And these books have so many references that are like hilarious, like typewriters or like old computers that you can tell her, I had to go to the database in the basement, and I'm like, what?
That's funny.
It's enjoyable though.
Well, I did, as far as watching, since I was home for a while, I was pretty busy actually over break, but I was able to get some binge watch a few things. I got all caught up on The White Lotus.
I didn't watch.
It's actually pretty entertaining.
Okay.
It's not like mind-blowing or anything like that. Like, I'm not sure why it has such a huge following, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I finally got around to watching Wednesday.
I still haven't.
Because Keaton was like, I don't think you like it, Mom. It's more for teenagers. So that kind of made me not. And then finally I was like, well, there's nothing really new on you, so I'm just going to check this out. And I watched it.
We're teenagers in our hearts.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
And then I watched The Devil's Hour. Have you watched that?
Oh, what is that?
I can't remember what it might have been on Amazon. It's a series. I think it was maybe 8 episodes. Really good.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't really even give any kind of a synopsis of it, though, without giving stuff away. But
okay. Looks good.
Yeah.
She wakes up every night at the same time. Okay, this looks great.
Yeah.
What did I watch? Well, I'm like the only person I know who watches this show, but Netflix just came out with a new season of The Circle, which is like
my daughter.
Does she?
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
good.
Nope,
I know
she
someone.
watches it.
I love it so much. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Because it's so silly, but just watching these people be alone in a room in their apartment for like a week in and of itself, they like start talking to themselves, and it's just like a enjoyable, fun thing to watch. And well, the Spice Girls were on last season. Well, 2 of them, Mel B and Emma.
Wasn't Lance Bass like his assistant or something?
It was great. I started rewatching the seasons because like I have to wait until the 11th for the next episode, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna rewatch." Kyle's like, "What are you watching?" It just makes me happy. So shut it.
Keaton is just in there. Oh, catfish. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you?
It's so fun. I love it. I really do.
Sometimes I'm just so desperate to spend time with her that I do just like sit. I don't really pay attention though. I'm like on my phone watching Instagram.
The host is
reels
hilarious.
I
couldn't find that on Apple Music.
What? Okay. Good to know.
The host cracks me up too. She's like just sassy and fun. So anyway, that's what I've been watching. What else?
We did get Jamie some noise canceling wireless Beats headphones for Christmas. It was like a gift for the whole family because we now don't have to listen to TikTok blaring all the time because he just watches TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. The first day he was just like, oh my God, you guys. And he's so loud. And we're just like, you're yelling.
And it's such like okay boomer thing.
Yes.
Oh, Jamie.
Because I'm like, I don't think I scream when I have my AirPods in. Like,
no.
If I do, I would hope someone would tell me.
I have a couple times.
Yeah. And then we did finally get Carter. I got Carter a pair of AirPods for Christmas, so he was super excited about that.
They're so great. I don't know how I live without
Keaton
them.
got me the cutest little, like the the little sleeve you put your
Yeah.
AirPods case in, and it's like haunt the patriarchy, and
That's
it's got a little
great.
ghost on it,
Aw.
so it's really cute. It's pink.
Cute. Mine broke, so I need to get another one. So maybe I'll
Yeah. So
pick up some cute
anyways,
ones.
that's what we've been up to.
What have you been reading?
Yeah.
You can't respond where we can hear you.
I'd say send us some like suggestions, but my stack of to read is still so.
I know.
I got to just get through the ones I'm in now and then move on.
I know, and then I just keep buying more books.
And I really, really need to get a library card, I guess, like
do.
you have. But I'm just so freaking bitter that we don't have a local public library.
Yeah, you're only hurting yourself, though.
You really are.
And the great thing about it is that you can, and I know you love a physical book, which me too, but when you can't get out, you can just get it on your Kindle or your Kindle app or whatever. And it's so convenient. So you're never without a book.
Yeah.
It's glorious. And you save a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sure. I spend a lot of money now. I just love going into Barnes and Noble, though, and just
there's nothing like
getting
it.
a cup of coffee from their little Starbucks cafe.
There's really
walking
nothing
around
like it.
and just touching the books.
It feels
like, I don't know.
Amy's the person at the Eiffel Tower, but from Barnes
with
and
Barnes and Noble. Every time I walk up to the reference
like,
desk,
"Oh,
they're
God,
like, "Oh
she's
God,
here
it's her
again." She's just hiding in a corner.
There is no rhyme or reason to the. I'm constantly having to go to the reference desk
Where
because I'm
things-
like,
I know.
where is this? It should be. I would think this would be in the memoir section, but it's not. It's in the fine arts section or something. I never know. Where
I know,
to find
like
anything
I
there.
tried to find oh crap, what's the guy's name who was a part of the Joseph D'Angelo? He had a podcast with
Paul Holes.
Paul Holes, his book, which I still have not read, but I own it.
Oh.
I couldn't find it. Like I was like, where is the crime section?
Mm-hmm.
And it was in a weird corner. I'm like,
Yeah.
put that in the middle, you guys.
Yeah,
That's
it's
where people are
very
going.
strange.
But anyway. Well, I got mine pulled up. I'll just go ahead and
Okay.
go. We're just jumping into it here, you all. My story today is
Same. I don't even know. Well, I found some really weird website with like the dark background and white writing. Of
course.
And I'm like, well, that looks like
that's where we
something I
are.
should go with.
Mine's my article comes to us today from allthat'sinteresting.com, a story by William DeLong, and we're talking about the Black Shuck, which I'd never heard of. Inside
shucks.
the bone-chilling legend of Black Shuck, the hellhound of the English countryside.
Oh, it's a hellhound. I would have never thought.
With a name like Black Shuck, I mean...
Yeah, I would thought it was just like, I don't know, shucking corn for all of eternity.
He's just a
That would-
scarecrow.
I will pay extra for the ears of corn that are already cleaned.
Oh, yeah. Getting those
Sorry.
tiny hairs out, they don't get out. How do
they
how do
don't.
people do that?
You just pull them out of
just
your
eat
teeth.
that.
Like you just that's
You just have
what you do.
hair.
I bet they make a brush or something for that.
Yeah, because how do they do that? However,
What
they
do you do? I just brush up my corn hair.
they have to have something though in like the factories that you see on TikTok though. There are hacks where you can like cut one side and then it just comes off, and I'm like,
yeah.
no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, because see, I'm always watching Instagram Reels, which you keep telling me is just TikTok.
Literally
clips.
TikTok.
So the other day, I finally found something like useful in my life. So every time it snows, my dog will not go to the bathroom until someone goes out and
Yep.
shovels her a potty spot. Well, I was just going through Instagram Reels the other day watching stuff, and this guy put down, when he knew it was going to snow, puts down a tarp. And then goes out, lifts the tarp for the
I
dog.
saw this.
And puts it down. I'm
it's like a-
that's friggin' brilliant.
Yeah. I think I saw that exact video. Is it like it looks like a queen? He's like sachets out and lifts up his tarp. Okay, maybe I saw a
I
different
don't know.
one.
I wasn't
But
paying
I was like-
attention to any of the everything, like anything
'Cause
else
I was-
other than the genius
was-
that was the tarp.
Yeah,
I'm
this,
sure it probably
this man was fabulous, and I loved him. And yeah, that's
yeah.
freaking
So
smart.
I'm like, so
It's things like that on TikTok that you're like, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, who cares?
And then my poor cat, like speaking of brushing hair, he's so old. He's 13, and so he
How
doesn't.
long do cats live? Have I asked you this?
I don't really know. I guess it just depends on their health. Probably 20 years. I don't know. Am I overshooting? Am I fooling myself?
12 to 18 years.
Oh, Kenny. I feel like Kenny will be around.
I'm sure
for
it
20.
depends. How long does a cat live indoors? 10 to 15. So this is really all over the map.
Yeah.
But can reach up to 20.
Okay. He's very well taken care of. But
Yeah,
anyways,
he'll be fine.
he's so old he doesn't like groom himself as well as he should because it hurts. I Googled all this and what.
He has, like,
and so he gets really bad
arthritis?
gnats in his fur. And it's like, but they get so...
It's like pulling on his skin.
And they're huge. Like, there's nothing I could do. I can't even, like, cut through them. So I just finally got out, like, the hair clippers I cut Jamie's hair with. And, like,
Shaved him?
have started shaving. So he's got, like, bald
Does he
patches.
sit still for that?
I give him treats. He's morbidly obese. So I give him a bunch of treats and he'll stand. So I can only do, like, one at a time.
Yeah.
So, but then the other day I did one and he was, like, pulling away a little bit from me, so I'm making Carter hold him, and he bit Carter. It was a whole thing. But then he was bleeding a little bit, and I felt so bad.
Well, he bit Carter, though.
Yeah. Well, Carter wasn't bleeding. The cat was.
I know, but like,
oh, okay.
you know,
well, yeah,
tit for
because
tat.
it hurt him, I think.
Probably.
I hurt him, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Kenny, but I don't know. But anyways,
Better than-
long story short, once I get all his mats removed, I am like, I bought like a cat brush thing. I'm going to be super diligent about.
Can you take cats to
brushing him.
groomers?
I can't imagine that would go well.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know if cats
just-
go to groomers, really.
I mean, I'm sure maybe you probably can, but I just,
cats are so finicky.
it's probably better at home. I can even take my dog to the groomer. Like, last time I took her to the groomer, I was so mortified we've never been back.
Oh,
And then we just get her nails cut.
I know. Cutting dogs' nails.
Well, the vet, we have way more success at the vet.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And they're always like, well, pugs are notorious for... And if you ever watch videos of pugs getting their nails... So there you
They're
go.
just
See, that's the kind of
mad?
videos I watch. No, they just lose their mind. They're like screaming. And like, and that was what my dog did. She like tried to run on that little table. She was like a cartoon character running and going nowhere because they've got you like
Right.
leashed on there.
Right.
But her little legs were going all over the place, so she scratched the girl. So
And
it's not
then
like
what?
she
The
was.
girl was like-
the girl was like bleeding all over the
God.
place. So it's not like Rowan was being aggressive or did anything intense. It's not like she bit her or something. She was
Probably-
just like trying to run, and her
Nail got her.
nail caught the girl. And
Oh, gosh.
so we've never. And I tipped 100% that day, and we've never been back though. But the vet lets me hold her,
Yeah.
and so I'm just like, I've got you, and that seems to keep her calmer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then she lets them.
I know.
And I can't do it myself because I cut her once.
Yeah, I've
Like
done
her
that
quick,
too.
and it looked like someone was murdered in our house. There was so much blood.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell where it is on
Yeah.
dogs. Like, it's like,
It
where
really
is it?
And I even bought like that. They suckered me into buying that stuff at the at like PetSmart. When I was buying the nail clippers, they're like, "Oh, you want this too?" It's like some sort of powder you put on, it's supposed to like automatically clot the blood. Oh, that's great. You act like I could actually hold her still long enough to apply
put the
this
powder-
in that little
put said
spot.
powder
Get
on.
real.
Get real.
People. Anyways, no one cares. Well, I don't even know what brought us here.
From that hellhound to
corn
this
husk.
one.
Shuck, whatever it was, corn
Black
shuck. Black Shuck.
Known as Black Shuck, Old Shuck, or sometimes just Shuck.
Shuck! Dang
This devil dog with glowing eyes has supposedly terrorized England for centuries. People in Bungay, England, know all too well what the creature known as Black Shuck can supposedly do. One bit of town folklore from 1577 says this giant hellhound killed 2 people who were kneeling in prayer after knocking down the church doors amid a flash of lightning.
Jeez.
What? Were they knocked
Did
down?
they get to say amen first?
Wait, I'm so confused.
I think
so.
you knocked the door down.
After knocking down the church doors amid a flash of lightning. What?
So it happened the moment the lightning flashed. You gotta get your timing really perfect for that to happen,
Very weird.
I would think.
The ghostly apparition of the hound then traveled 12 miles away to Blyberth Church, the stories say, where it killed 2 more people. Yikes. Here he is. He just looks like a mean wolf.
Oh.
You know? It's like the Hat Man's dog.
It really is.
Clearly, Cujo and the rest of the world's most fearsome fictional canines have nothing on the Black Shuck.
Excuse me, I beg to differ. Cujo was freaking terrifying.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. What is this? And then there's some weird ad. Like, what is that for? Neck surgery?
Amazing.
Amazing
I don't
deals on
know.
Temu. It's like this. She looks
Is it like a-
She looks
Does
12.
it have like does like offering compression so you like have to pull and like exercise your jaw?
Very strange. Some sort of jaw exercise machine. Okay. Very weird.
Can you imagine just walking around the house like that? Your family, like,
Well, when I went to get my eyebrows done and I had no eyebrows, like I went eyebrowless to the place, you know?
Like you had to shave what eyebrows?
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Well, then,
no,
back me up, people. That would be what eyebrowless would be.
No, I mean, I didn't fill them in.
Oh, natural.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And my family was like, whoa. And I was like, guys, I do this. Like I had mascara on, but no eyebrows. So I looked very strange. But on the weekends, like I just have zero makeup on. But they were like appalled. I was like, you guys suck. You guys are rude. Go look in your own mirrors.
Yeah.
I mean, not my children. They're fine. Okay. Here's a quote from I don't know who. Oh, wait. Never mind. I should have read up here. The first known written text describing the black shuck, which from Old English means devil. Oh.
Shuckness?
From the Old English, sucka or devil.
Is that why we say all shucks? So like, oh, devils.
Maybe.
I have to do the arm movement.
You
when I
have
say
to.
It. You can't. They're just.
You have to.
They are in sync.
Maybe. In England, goes back to 1127. That year doesn't even compute.
Nope.
In the town of Petersborough, period. Immediately after the arrival of Abbot Henry of Ponthieu to the Abbey of Peterborough. What is
This sounds like a tongue twister.
There was quite a ruckus. So here's what happened whenever Abbot Henry came to the Abbey of Peterborough. Why do places in England say Abbey of something? What's Abbey mean?
You just be the Peterborough Abbey.
I don't know.
Is it an abbey where like the nuns live?
It has an EY. Does that one have an EY? And does Abbey just mean like village? I'm confused.
We don't know.
I'm not from
We're
England.
just saying questions to one another that neither of us know the answers to.
And I have the Google
And you
in
may
front
be
of me.
screaming the answers at us right now, but we can't hear
There's like
you.
an Abbey expert listening. It was the Sunday when they sing Expurge Quaro D. Is that a song? Don't know.
God, that's a mouthful for a song.
Exquarge Quaro D. Is that how it went? Okay.
Doesn't sound like a chart topper. Just saying.
No. Many men both saw and heard a great number of huntsmen hunting.
Well,
That's what they
you
do.
could have just said huntsman.
Yes.
We know what they do.
The huntsmen were black, huge and hideous, and rode on black horses and on black he-goats. Is that just a goat?
It's going to be a she-goat.
Exactly. You're offended.
I'm very offended.
But at least the she-goats aren't getting ridden. They're just like living their life.
They're just like climbing
grazing.
mountains.
Yeah, the he-goats are like, God.
Getting brushed at the petting zoo.
Yeah, the he-goats are having to have these huntsmen ride them. Who's the huntsman that got a goat instead of a horse, though? Yeah. That would really suck.
Is there like a rank? You know?
Yeah,
like you have to
the
be-
last rank
yeah.
gets a goat.
Sorry.
Goats don't even move that fast.
Sorry, Herbert. You're getting a goat.
I know, it's so embarrassing. Okay, so the huntsmen. And their hounds were jet black with eyes like saucers and horrible. This was seen in the very Deer, D-E-E-R, park of the town of Petersborough, and in all the woods that stretch from that same town to Stamford. And in the night the monks heard them sounding and winding their horns.
Winding their horn. Who's
Who's doing that? The hound?
How are you not holding on to your goat? You'll fall off your goat if you're winding your horn. That sounds like a freaking three-ring circus.
Do they put a saddle on a goat? Does it have reins? They're so small.
Do you just hold its horns?
Why is that so funny?
It's like a rodeo event.
Goats are like dicks too, you know? They're not nice.
No, they have those creepy eyes.
They do.
So creepy.
They have reptilian eyes.
Yeah.
That doesn't. That's why they're the devil animals.
Yes.
I never trust a goat. He or she.
Neither.
God, I don't even understand what that paragraph meant. That was weird. Witnesses said that about 20 to 30 of these hellish beings stayed in the area through Lent all the way to Easter, a period of about 50 days. What'd they do? Where'd they live?
Lent lasts 50 days. Why did I think it was just a month?
It is just a month. Maybe old Lent was longer, you know? Orthodox Lent.
I was just thinking like old drier Lent.
Maybe Lent in the 1100s was longer. You know what I mean? We just like to shorten
enjoyed
things.
a really good fish fry back then. So Lent just went
They just
on
really
for
had to
days.
give up M&Ms.
I mean, I get that. I love a good fish fry.
For sure. There's always delicious desserts wrapped in...
And I'm stupid. I'm not even going to ask him. I said, but why do they have to give up meat on Fridays? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's a great question. And why can they only eat fish? Because Jesus was a fisherman?
I don't know. Fish is a meat to me.
No.
I think so.
But if you're a vegetarian, you don't eat meat. That okay?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
And for like the intents and purposes of why we eat meat,
Yeah.
fish
don't provide protein, do they? Like
yeah,
meat?
they do.
I don't.
They're just like pure protein. They're like the least fatty of all the proteins on the market.
I do love a good tilapia.
I just like a good like a buffalo fish.
Oh yeah,
battered in Andy's
something
red
from the
fried
Mississippi
up.
River, please. I do, but like it's hard to find any other kind of fish besides like, tilapia.
Oh, not at my house.
Oh well, yeah.
My
true.
boys literally fish anytime the weather's decent, and then they fry it. So
That's nice.
we have an abundance of fish. It's like living with Jesus.
In many ways.
So many.
Jesus loved
all the
TikTok.
facial hair now that Brecken's home.
Well, I saw something speaking of Jesus and Birkenstocks, I saw a picture the other day of like some teenagers and they were wearing socks with Birkenstocks. Is that a style? Do your kids do that?
My kid, Keaton's the only one who wears Birkenstocks.
Okay.
Speaking of, I got Brecken.
Does she wear socks with them?
No, never.
Okay.
I got him a bunch of like, I don't know, shower gels and sprays and stuff from Bath and Body Works over for Christmas. I was going to put him in a stocking, but they wouldn't fit. So I just wrapped them up in a box, like a shoe box I had. So he opened the box. It was like looking like, oh God, they gave me Birkenstocks. I was like, that's not what's in the box. He's like, okay, thank God. I didn't know how I was going to like feign, excitement.
Boys' feet in Birkenstocks.
I was like, no, Birken, it's just... But then he opened it. He's like, are you trying to tell me something? Do I stink? I'm like, no, it was buy 3, get 3 free.
Right.
So you got 3 shower gels and 3 body sprays, bud.
I mean, boys always kind of...
Yeah. And he used a shower gel. What's the problem?
There you go.
I just got the corresponding body spray to go with it because I thought that'd be like a nice finisher after you shower. Dry off and spray.
It'll stick to all your hair.
Yes. Friggin' Sasquatch child.
And I mean, boys just need extra things to smell good.
But he was just like, oh God, they got me Birkenstocks.
That's amazing.
Like, no, I did not. That was just the box that Keaton
My
found
mom
that
doesn't
they
know
fit
me
in.
at all. It's like we're strangers. You're like,
Carter
no.
was super thrilled with the new Hey Dudes I got him. My boys love Hey Dudes.
I don't
they
get
just
it.
love them.
Lots of kids do these
They're
days.
like pillows on my feet. I'm like,
but
okay.
but they look dumb.
They really kind of do. But they're.
I mean,
they
no,
don't look nearly as dumb as like when Carter was going through his Yeezy phase. So
No,
I'd rather
no,
wear Hey
Yeezys are-
Dudes, honestly.
Yeezys don't make sense to me. I'm like, is this high fashion and I don't get it? Oh, Kanye. We're just old and don't get, the new things.
Yeah.
The new things.
Whatever. One of my students and I were both wearing Doc Martens the other day and had like a great combo about it. So apparently I'm like,
Well, the
dude,
90s are here.
I'm like, I was wearing Doc Martens
before
30 years
you were born,
ago
with
so
your
it's
mom.
fine. Yes.
Yes. I had Doc Martens. I had a few pairs. I had a pair of sandals. They weighed like 50 pounds.
Yeah. They're not as heavy as they used to be.
Okay.
I will say that.
Because these sandals, I mean, I had sandals and then I had boots, but like it was all just so much effort to walk.
Yeah.
But I wore them everywhere.
Yeah. And
My
they will
feet smelled
outlive
so
you.
bad.
Like
with those sandals too. Oh yeah.
Like they don't
Die.
break down.
No, they don't break down. I could probably still go find those somewhere. Back to
So come at me if
the
you want. I will
Hellhound. always
always wear dresses, tights, and combat boots. I
Yeah.
don't care.
No, it's who she is.
I'm Gen X.
She
Take
is.
it.
I'm an elder millennial. I love that. That's
And I'm like the younger version of Gen
Gen
X.
X?
Yeah.
We're almost meeting there in the middle. I had to tell Kyle the other day he's an elder millennial, and he was so hurt because he was born in 1982, and that's the year it starts.
Yeah,
I was like,
he was almost a Gen X.
He really was. I was like, sorry, bro.
Whatever. Gen X is a badass generation.
It
I make
is.
no apologies. No one's ever even like making fun of us or poking fun of us or anything because what are you going to make fun of? Like, really?
Right.
We don't care.
How come millennials always got made fun of? I don't get it. And when people were making fun of millennials, they weren't making fun of people my age. They were really making fun of the generation below me, which is what's offensive.
Yeah. And if you notice, it's never really Gen Xers that are doing the poking either. Because, again, we don't care.
It's boomers.
It's boomers. Who, as a Gen Xer, we heard all the same crap, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bunch of slackers, a bunch of, like, whatever.
The old generation always says that.
I vow, as an old person, to never...
No. Things are changing and shifting.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, not in all ways.
Well, first of all, even when I'm 90, I'll still be wearing my Doc Martens. So whatever.
At least then you'll be in a wheelchair and you don't have to worry about trying to lift your feet with your heavy shoes.
Why do you assume I'll be in a wheelchair?
Well, because we'll be 90.
Well, I know a lot of, like, Joe Biden's like 90, isn't he?
Like, Joe Biden's like a ventriloquist doll. I mean, I would be fine with someone pushing me around in a wheel. Sir, take me to the game room.
You're very dependent on someone, though. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I take it back. 99.
Well, we'll be in our sister-wife Golden Girl era, so
we'll have
push
like
each other around.
some hot guys.
How are we going to push? We'll make it like a.
We just pull each other.
Wheelchair.
Wrong word. We have an old person train. Great. That's gonna be hot on TikTok.
Well, what else would you call it? We'll have a trolley. Wheelchairs. Like
How about we have an actual trolley?
And then, like, the very front person will have like a rascal scooter.
Maybe we all have rascals.
Well, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, what? What year is this?
They're hovering rascals by the time we need these.
Yeah, it'd be great. And dangerous.
I could get behind a rascal.
Yeah, Amy driving a rascals.
Or you come to where we live and they're all just driving their side-by-sides.
Oh, God.
I don't think that's going to maneuver around your house very well. Just saying.
And I'm also just like,
stop it. It's not a vehicle. It's not a car. Get it off the road.
And just like side by side. When someone says that, I'm just like,
That was like, my mom was like, yeah, Mark gets his greenhouse built where I'm getting a side-by-side. I'm like, but why?
Right.
It's because she's heard people talking about side-by-sides.
Right.
Like, Mom,
you don't have 100.
Why do you need
right?
a side-by-side?
It's like you have 100 acres that you need to travel to,
like,
get your vegetables.
My
or something.
kids ride side-by-sides, and we don't even know them, but at the duck club because they hunt
and they have to.
You
travel.
carry all of your decoys and stuff.
Right.
That's what they're for. They're not for recreational purposes, like having a run. Or
being drunk, driving
on the
drunk,
freaking highway,
and drunk. Like people are always drinking
get off
on
the highway.
Right.
Like I am just.
But do they have licenses on them?
Yeah, they're road legal.
That is
but it's
dumb.
like, and then they just pull into the gas station on it. I'm like,
you could have drove your car
3
here.
degrees outside.
Yeah,
you look stupid. Like for real,
right?
You look ridiculous.
It's not enclosed.
No.
If it was enclosed, it would just be a car.
Like you're basically driving a souped-up golf cart, dorks. Seriously.
We need to move.
Guess what? I drive a golf cart at the golf course when I'm watching my kid play golf.
We need to move.
Probably.
Because everyone who lives around here wants a side-by-side or loves a side-by-side.
I don't get it.
No.
If I was going to drop that kind of money, like
$20,000 or something.
At the minimum.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like,
sorry, I just scratched my butt.
I need like flying to Hawaii or something.
Right.
Business class, bitches.
Is that first class?
Yeah, basically that's the new first class.
She did the horns again.
The horns again.
Hey, it's what we do. Okay. Well, that's.
But anyways. God, sorry.
No,
I don't even know where we are on the hounds of hell.
It's so funny that you say that about side by side, so because I feel exactly the same way. So glad I'm not alone. Goats and
winding their horns.
Oh, Lent. We ended at Lent.
Okay, Lent. Yes.
The events of 1127, the year, were also known as a wild hunt and weren't just an English phenomenon. Stories from across Central, Western, and Northern Europe recount loud, spectral wild hunts throughout untamed lands, and they help explain the mythological underpinnings of the black shuck. None of that. Those words, again, don't make sense to me. Northern cultures associated with wild hunts with the change of the seasons from fall to winter, probably because strong cold winds come blowing over the landscape and force people indoors. Again, what does that mean?
Well, we're living that now. What's your point?
Right. Interpreting wild, howling winds as a pack of hunters would thus make sense. So they're saying that they heard the noises and it was just winds and not like she-goats being ridden.
Well, we'd rather them be she-goats.
Right. People were mythologizing, making myths up about their...
They were lying.
Right. Myth-lying. Their surroundings as a way to warn people to stay indoors. Well, do you have to warn them? It's cold. Isn't it like human nature?
I don't need a warning.
No, to be like, that's dangerous.
Like, I will just reside in my sweatpants and watch all the Netflix.
I know. Over break, Kyle was like, these dang kids on their phones playing Minecraft. And I'm like, what else do you want them to be doing? Yeah. He's Jamie. God, can they go live together?
But Jamie's such a hypocrite because he's living on the TikTok.
Same. So, I mean, Kyle's not on TikTok. He's on Facebook Reels. Which I'm like, God, that is TikTok, Kyle. But judging me, we're the reverse. I'm the Jamie. Not in all ways. I don't snore. I'm not generally grumpy. God bless Jamie. Poor guy. Are you listening, Jamie? We know you're not. That's what we're talking about.
Nope. I could answer that for you. That was a rhetorical question, but there was one.
Does he follow our TikTok? Not that we post on it ever. Did he follow it those few weeks?
Was he the one that asked me?
I'll have to look and see if he follows.
He's like, what are you guys doing? Wearing lipstick or something? Like,
no, that's right. I remember.
I was like, are you joking?
It's a filter, Jamie.
And God, don't even get me started on the filters. People. Please. God, I don't know. Maybe I spent more time on social media since I was on break than I normally do, but just all the people updating their profile pictures with so heavily, and they're not even like a face tune or whatever filter. It is like a Snapchat filter. Like, we know you don't look like your eyes did not grow 3 times in size
and change color,
and the shape of your nose.
I know, like, it's sad. It's sad, honestly.
Just like, and then sad. People like, ooh, looking good, comments and stuff, and I'm like,
that's not a human.
You believe that? I'm so confused.
I know.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for like maybe putting like a
soft focus,
the Nashville filter or whatever on Instagram, but that isn't changing.
No, it's changing the colors.
Yeah,
and a soft focus is always fine, but a soft, gentle.
Are people still doing Snapchat filters? Like,
people are still on Snapchat apparently.
Well, yeah, but my kids use it solely for texting. That is, they only communicate via Snapchat. They don't actually
that's
SMS or iMessage or whatever. They don't.
That's why when I message Keaton, it's like she doesn't read it for days.
Yes,
I'm like,
because they only communicate through Snapchat.
It's so weird.
But no one's doing. Only people our age are doing the filters.
Yeah,
like just it was funny when it first came out. Yeah, the dog with the tongue and stuff. But like, we know you don't. No one looks like that.
No.
Not even the Kardashians look like that.
It's just where we live. It's the world we live in now.
But it just, I don't know.
Did you see that latest picture of Khloe Kardashian where I literally mistook her for Taylor Swift? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh.
But then everyone's commenting she's too thin. It's like, listen.
She can't win.
We have got to stop commenting on people's bodies.
Yeah.
Leave Jessica Simpson alone, people. Because she was too fat when she was a size 6 for everyone. And now she must have an eating disorder. And everyone is jumping to the conclusion that people are on this diabetic medication. Well, so what if they are? Apparently some doctors prescribing it. So, and you people are constantly scrutinizing, not you people, but like the people of the world are constantly scrutinizing their weight. What do you want them to do?
I know.
They probably do have an eating disorder, but it's because you have given them such a sense of body dysmorphia, they don't even know anymore.
Because we're hiding behind screens and judging people. I was actually thinking about that on the way to pick you up today because I was listening to Midnights still. And the Antihero song, and I was thinking about the music video and how like people got so out of sorts about how
the scale scene.
Yes, it's saying fat, and I'm like, well, Taylor has admitted that she's has had or has, I don't know, an eating disorder, and so it's not okay for her to say
that I thought I was fat.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's not alone.
And it was her stepping on the scale,
right?
Clearly,
clearly, and clinically,
it was.
Yeah, so now
reflective of her.
It's just, and then people are like, "Oh my God,
and she changed it,
right?" And they're like, "She's not fat," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, we know that, but like body dysmorphia tells you something totally different."
And when you are under the magnifying glass of literally the entire world, and made to feel, I mean, people are always coming for her.
Oh,
always.
Right, and she got bullied into changing it. She probably was afraid of getting canceled, So she can't have an opinion on that.
No.
Stupid.
And everyone's so, oh God, she can't keep a man. It's like, excuse me, she's been with Joe Alwyn for like 6 years. Yeah. Did you know they've been together that long? Isn't that crazy?
None of your damn business.
It's none of your business. Can you imagine
trying to date
the
people
world,
in Hollywood?
and if the world like commented on everyone you went out with?
Yeah, they were dating Reputation era. Because I remember, anyway, it's embarrassing that I know these things. But I remember her walking backstage to him.
And why is it her fault?
Yeah.
That the relationship
John
didn't work.
Mayer.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
John Mayer keeps talking about Taylor Swift, too.
Because he's so irrelevant.
I know. And making a comment about, like, making jokes about how she's not a good songwriter. And I'm just like, go away.
You had
John
one
Mayer.
hit.
Yeah.
And it was about Jennifer Love Hewitt's body.
Or was it about Jessica Simpson's? It's up for debate.
No, he wrote something else that was Jessica Simpson.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
He's so gross, man.
Yeah. Yeah, just whatever.
I don't know. Anyway.
Don't come for T-Swift, people.
We will fight you.
I just did my snaps.
We will fight. We're psychotic.
Whatever. She's out there living her best life. She
don't care. She came back like a 90s trend. She's so great. Moving back to Hellhounds. Okay, so there's things. All right, so here's what people think it looks like. Oh, God. Some people think it has a single glowing red eye.
Well, that's
So it's a Cyclops dog. That's alarming. Here's the truth about side sleepers. You never know what kind of ads are going to pop up. Anyone who saw a black Shuck described a large dog with black mangy fur. These dogs would supposedly be larger than normal, with some even as big as a horse, but not a goat. They were foaming at the mouth as if deranged, rabid.
Yes.
Thank you.
Which is having rabies, so fair enough.
I said rabid. Or ravenously focused on hunting for their next meal. According to one description published in 1901, he takes the form of a huge black dog and prowls along dark lanes and lonesome field footpaths, where, although his howling makes the hearer's blood run cold, his footfalls make no sound. But such an encounter might bring you to the worst of luck. It is even said that to meet him is to be warned that your death will occur before the end of the year. So you will do well to shut your eyes if you hear him howling. You just walk with your eyes shut. I don't see you.
Like, what's the movie with Sandra Bullock?
Oh, yeah. Black Box.
No, Bird Box.
Bird Box. What does that mean?
I don't remember.
Oh, there was a bird in a box.
Uh-huh.
Why?
I know.
I forget why. Anyway.
It was ages ago when I watched it. I remember literally nothing about it except all the memes with
and her on a canoe.
Yes.
Why is she on a canoe? What a scary movie, though, like to, God, do that with your kids. Anyway. So shut them even if you are uncertain whether it is the dog, fiend, or the voice of the wind. You may perhaps doubt his existence, and like other learned folks, tell us that his story is nothing but the old Scandinavian myth of the Black Hound of Odin, brought to us by the Vikings. Okay. Let's tell you a couple stories, and then we'll move on here. Or maybe not. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Some 10-year-old kid saw him in 1974. He saw a dog with yellow eyes galloping at him. He screamed for his mom. She said it was a reflection of a car's headlights. That's funny.
Such a mom response.
God.
It's more like a dad response, for being honest.
So anyway, just look out for dogs, guys.
Yeah.
That is all. Good night. The end. Still
No
funny.
one gets that reference because we cut that episode.
Well, I do. It still makes me laugh. Well, now it's just my joke because they don't know you said it. The end.
That was how sexy it was.
I try.
All right, I'm going to moonmausoleum.com.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm going to be talking about the ghost of Tupo, the hungry ghost.
The ghost of Tupac.
No, that.
Wonder if Tupac hunts anywhere.
California
I just said
love.
haunts. Anywhere. Tupac?
I don't think this... I'm looking for like a name of an author for this article. I know this is like an online magazine.
Oh, okay.
But I don't see the name of an author, so not my fault.
Exactly.
I'm just going to read it. After the Chinese nobleman Tu Po was betrayed by his own king and fellow nobles, he became a vengeful ghost.
Oh, yes, he did.
Or hungry ghost, as it is known in Buddhism. Even in his afterlife, he sought revenge on those who betrayed him and fought to restore his honor.
He's so mad.
Yes. The concept of a ghost with unfinished business is found around the globe. In the eastern part of the world, they are often known as hungry ghosts, and they are deadly.
Ooh.
China has such a varied and long history, diverse culture with different regions, religions, and traditions, as most ancient countries have. Sorry, this is a lot of just misspellings, and so I'm trying to correct
in
them
this?
as I go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
I spit on my screen. The tales and beliefs change according to the ebb and flow of time, and the legends of the hungry ghost are many and varied. Before delving into the legend of Tu Po and how he was betrayed by his own king, let's have a closer look at exactly what a hungry ghost is. As much of Chinese folklore and mythology comes from Buddhism, there are many similarities to other Buddhist countries. In any case, it has been believed that every living person will become a ghost when we die, known as a bunch of Chinese symbols. I don't know.
We don't read Chinese, unfortunately.
No, I have a kanji tattoo, and it better say dream. And not. Or if it says orange chicken, I ain't gonna be mad because it's delicious.
Orange chicken.
It will then weaken and fade away, dying again for a second time. The concept of the spirit of the deceased weakening before disappearing is seen as only natural and how it is supposed to be. The ancestors are honored, given sacrifices, and held in esteem, thinking they have a part in the world as much as the living. Ancestral worship is the original basis of Chinese religions, and it is a core belief that there is an existence after death.
I love that.
I do too. We're with you, Chinese.
In the movie, is it called The Red Panda? What is that movie called? It's a Disney movie. And anyway, they have a whole altar with their family members. I love that.
Oh, nice.
It's really sweet. That movie's great. It's set in the early 2000s. It really takes me back. Where they love this group of girls. They love a boy band.
Of course they do.
I never met nobody like you. That's the name of that's the song that the boy band sings. Four Town is the name of the band.
I was going to say BTK, but that was the killer. What are the
BTS?
BTS? Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
I don't understand.
It's well, that's K-pop. That's a little different, but yeah. This movie's great.
Okay. Take your word on it.
But everyone got so mad because the girl in it gets her period, or their parents think she got her period.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, God. And it's
yeah.
Periods are normal. Calm
red,
down.
Isn't it just called red?
Turning red.
Turning red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she literally turns into a panda, but it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
For her getting her period, which happens to people.
Yeah, sorry.
Shocker.
Newsflash.
Right. And who cares? And my kids didn't get that. They did not understand. Even though the mom, grabs a bunch of pads and takes them to the bathroom and is here, and just kind of throws them in.
Oh, God.
But the kids don't know. Little kids
so
don't know.
what do they do?
Right.
At some point, they got to learn.
Right. And if
what a great way to teach them.
Right.
Too, instead of
you're going to turn into a panda.
Cool. I look forward to this
Yes.
then.
Yeah, it's
Which I think all girls look forward to it because it's, and then you get it and you're like, why was I looking forward to this? This is, now I'm just like, please, menopause, hit me. Hit me with your best shot.
I skip that every month with my birth control
Well,
pills.
I'm not allowed to take birth control anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, I probably...
Sorry.
It's probably not. This ring is giving me Bejeweled vibes. Best believe I'm still Bejeweled. It looks like, you know, all the stuff you see.
Like, it's Sugar Fix, which is a I don't know, Target version of it's Bobble Bar.
Oh, okay.
Which I've bought Bobble Bar bracelets before at Nordstrom's. Were not cheap. But then I got this Sugar Fix, which is I don't know, not a rip. It's made by Bobble Bar.
Yeah.
But they sell them at Target.
It's Bejeweled vibes for sure.
And then I bought myself a fidget ring.
Yes.
Because I heard it helps with circulation. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
I have no way of knowing.
Help.
I have no way of knowing if it's working.
Wow, your circulation's like amazing.
On fire, girl.
I can just see it bursting through your veins.
I don't know. And it's just nice to fidget.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we all need something to fidget on.
All right. So anyways, where were we? Ancestral worship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They are not immortal. Or a deceased person's soul is made up of yin and yang parts called hun and po. They are not immortal and need offerings before going to the underworld for eternal rest. Interesting. The trouble with ghosts, however, is when the spirit is driven by anger and malice rather than a peaceful afterlife. This is called a hungry ghost and only happens on rare occasion, as most spirits only want to be at peace.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like to think that's what I
would
want that now.
Be a hungry ghost, so probably. Where's the chicken strips?
Yes.
Is there a Sonic down here?
Weight.
Right.
Oh my God, they came to the National Guard or whatever, came to interpret our kids' ASVAB results the other day. And they always stick around and talk to us, and they bring us Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it was like, I needed this. Thank you. And you can eat, they bring like these boxes from Chick-fil-A. You can get either the chicken sandwich or the chicken nuggets. And I freaking love their nuggets. Their sandwich is good too.
Their nuggets.
And then you get like a bag of waffle chips and a cookie.
What's
and
waffle chips?
They're potato chips, but they're waffle.
I've never seen that.
They're quite good.
And a cookie.
Yeah. Because I was even like, they used to bring the waffle fries, but it's like, even though they bring them in the insulated bags and stuff, it's like, oh, those get soggy. So it was nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Army?
I'm assuming probably I'm guessing Chick-fil-A probably donates it to them, would be my guess. Oh. But
is it the Army?
I think.
The Navy or the.
Well, it's all
Armed
of the military
forces.
branches.
Oh.
That do the ASVAB stuff, but I think it's the National Guard, which I think isn't
I
that
don't
like
really
a subsidiary?
I don't know.
Like all the branches?
I don't understand exactly.
I don't either, but anywho, thanks. And thanks for your service.
Thank you.
And thanks for giving the ASVAB, so my kids don't have to go pay for the ACT somewhere to graduate. All right,
so dumb.
The concept of hungry ghosts is found throughout Buddhist traditions. This is from the sixth section of the Japanese Hungry Ghost Scroll, located at the Kyoto National Museum.
Whoa.
Oh, I think maybe this is just the caption telling me what this picture is. Whoopsie.
Wow.
That would explain
That's amazing.
the font all being
different,
italicized.
You're like, why am I supposed to say this with emphasis?
The creation of a hungry ghost happens when a person's death has been exceptionally violent or unhappy. Aww. The ghosts are often given quite animalistic traits in the ghost stories and records.
See, that's not fair.
No. Can I just be human?
Yeah. Can the murderer get that? Or whomever?
Yeah. Why do I want to be a crow? I don't know.
Yeah, crow especially.
Although there are different types or different categories and types of hungry ghosts, one common trait among them are that they are seeking a type of revenge of those who wronged them or simply those who got in the way.
What's another, is a jinn like that?
I think so, yes.
Vengeful ghost or is it, okay, I thought so.
As mentioned earlier, the hungry ghost is not only a Chinese phenomenon, but a Buddhist as well, and as an Asian one. Ghost stories of vengeful ghosts can be found also in Japan with the Onryo, or Korea with the virgin ghost, for example. Although most accounts of Tu Po doesn't give him animalistic traits like a monster, he definitely sought his revenge on those who wronged him, like most vengeful ghosts are looking for. So, the nobleman Tu Po is sometimes translated as Dubo, and he was the Duke of Tangdu. This was a dukedom.
That's a word?
A dukedom.
Wow.
Situated west of state of Yilin, around where the Shaanxi province in northwest of China is today. According to legend, the Tangdu people were descendants of the people of the state of Tang, a dukedom destroyed by Zhao Gongdan that now ruled the empire. They were allowed to form a new state of Du and became known as Tangdu, or Dushi. Tu Po was not always remembered as a hungry ghost. He was a prominent minister to King Wan of Zhao, also known as Emperor Husan, who reigned from 823 to 783 BC. Emperor Husan was the 11th king of the Chinese Zhao dynasty in a time where the king's words were the law, and his minister Tu Po had to pay the ultimate price. The king is mostly remembered for fighting the Western barbarians, most probably Xinyan, an ancient nomadic tribe that invaded the Zhao Empire on the Hui River.
The only river I can think of in China is the Yangtze River. That's the only one I got.
He also meddled in debacles of successions in states of Lu, Wei, and Qi was, according to history, not a popular one. Sima Qian, considered father of Chinese historiography, said, "From this time on, the many lords mostly rebelled against royal commands, and the way the king ended his reign is rumored to be the work of the hungry ghost Tu Po." So Tu Po was from a stately and very powerful family and not afraid to speak up for what he believed in.
Good for you,
Yeah,
Tu
you
Po.
go, Tu Po. Even to the most powerful man in the dynasty, and this would cost him his life and make him a hungry ghost, haunting the earth and seeking revenge. There are not many sources dealing with what happened before the haunting of Tu Po's started, but according to one account, this is what happened. On the 9th year's king, King
Whatever that
Wan of
means.
Zhao called all the lords of his empire into a meeting that would seal the fate of Tu Po to discuss an oncoming attack. A rumor was out that a woman was about to become a danger of the town.
What?
And Jingshan for some reason, and the king ordered a mass execution of women.
What?
Jeez.
Why not just her?
Yeah, or no one.
Right. I don't know what she was doing.
I mean,
but
this is called a rumor.
yeah, exactly. What about? Let's find out the evidence.
Well, it says exactly how this woman could be considered a danger to an entire town is not really explained.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't explained to
They
them
probably thought she
either.
was a witch.
Yeah. No matter what the reason behind this mass execution of women, it was seen as a truly horrible act that Tu Po disagreed with. Tu Po publicly opposed to the order he was given, and he spoke against his king in a time when the king's word was the law and anything else considered treason. This final act of opposition would cost him his life, as King Wan ordered his execution for this, as he saw this act as an opposition as treason. Before Tu Po was executed, however, King Wan of Zhao was warned that Tu Po's ghost would stay in this world even in his afterlife to haunt him, as Tu Po himself said. "If my majesty kills me without reason, the dead may not know. Well, that's it. However, on the other hand, I will avenge myself on him within 3 years."
Oh.
But despite the warnings, the king went through with the execution. Even though he was considered innocent of treason by most, Tu Po was executed around 786 BC. But this would not be the last time he was seen. Whether Tu Po's final words were taken seriously, it is not mentioned. 3 years after his execution, however, the king brought his dukes to hunt on his own hunting grounds. There were hundreds of chariots, thousands of escorts following them, as well
Just all the chariots.
as a ghost that promised he would return for revenge.
He's hungry.
At noon.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
very specific.
Not noon.
Tupou appeared as a ghost, riding a white horse
Whoa!
and a cart, wearing
Epic!
a red coat with a bow and arrow in hand.
I thought you were just going to say a bow.
He's very stylish.
With a bow in his hair.
No, just his hand.
Wow.
He took up the chase of King Wang and shot the king.
Dude, you're being chased by a ghost on a chariot?
And he shot the king in the heart and broke the king's spine.
Whoa, good shot.
At the time, it is reported no one saw the killing and no one heard it. No matter what the real situation was like, the king fell and Tupou got his revenge. If King Wang really died of an arrow, it is today a bit unclear. In some accounts, it's said that he died of something else after dreaming that Tupou shot him with an arrow. In both cases, the innocent and wrong minister got his revenge, and King Wan's son was the last of the Western Zhao to lead. The story has gone down in traditional legends ever since. The Chinese philosopher Mo Zi said this about ghosts and about Tupou's revenge. It is if from antiquity to the present and since the beginning of man, there are men who have seen the bodies of ghosts and spirits and heard their voices. How can we say they do not exist? If none have heard from them and none have seen them, then how can we say they do? But those who deny the existence of the spirits say, many in the world have heard and seen something of ghosts and spirits, since they vary in testimony, who are to be accepted as a really having heard and seen them. As we are to rely on what many have jointly seen and what many have jointly heard, the case of Tupou is to be accepted. The end.
Whoa, that's intense. Riding in his chariot.
With his red coat and bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Tupou.
Took someone down right in his spine.
Spine and
Gee
heart.
whiz. Well,
Yeah.
folks, thanks for going on this epic journey with us. We went to
Yeah.
China. I was in an abbey of some
Somewhere.
burrow
England.
in England. What an adventure.
Yeah. We traveled the world with you today. Thank you.
So thank you for listening. We
We
love
love
you.
you. Bye.
Goodbye.